Ukraine's bold drone strikes, inside the surprise, attacks on Russian airfields. Ukraine has launched a daring drone attack on Russian airfields, striking deep into enemy territory. What does this mean for the war? These surprise strikes targeted multiple locations across Russia, showcasing Ukraine's evolving wartime strategy. Ukraine's use of drones has shifted the battlefield, allowing them to hit high-value targets with precision. The attacks have disrupted Russian operations, causing significant damage to aircraft and infrastructure. Experts believe these strikes are part of a broader strategy to weaken Russia's air superiority. Russia has vowed retaliation, but Ukraine's innovative tactics keep them one step ahead. The success of these drone attacks highlights Ukraine's ability to adapt and strike back against a larger enemy. As the war continues, drone warfare will likely play an even bigger role in shaping the conflict. What's next for Ukraine's strategy? Stay tuned for more updates on this developing story. Boulder attack. Suspect charged with federal hate crime for targeting Zionists. A shocking hate crime in Boulder has left the nation reeling. The suspect allegedly wanted to kill all Zionist people. Court documents reveal the suspect's chilling confession. He explicitly targeted individuals based on their Zionist beliefs. The attack has sparked outrage nationwide. Many are calling it a clear act of domestic terrorism fueled by hate. Federal authorities have stepped in, charging the suspect with a hate crime. This could mean severe penalties. Local leaders are urging unity. They stress that violence against any group has no place in America. The suspect's background is under scrutiny. Investigators are looking into possible extremist connections. Jewish communities are on high alert. Security has been increased at synagogues and community centers. Victims and their families are speaking out. They demand justice and stronger hate crime laws. Experts warn that hate speech online can lead to real-world violence. They call for stricter monitoring. This case could set a precedent. It highlights the growing threat of ideologically motivated violence. Community vigils are being held nationwide. People are standing together against hate. What happens next? The trial could be a landmark case in the fight against hate crimes. Massachusetts immigration crackdown, 500 arrested in ICE operation. Breaking news: ICE and federal partners have arrested nearly 500 undocumented immigrants in Massachusetts. Let's dive into the details. The operation targeted individuals with criminal records and those who violated immigration laws. Authorities say this is one of the largest enforcement actions in the state's recent history. ICE emphasized that public safety was the primary goal of this operation. Local communities are reacting with mixed emotions. Some support the crackdown, while others protest. Advocacy groups argue that these arrests separate families and create fear in immigrant communities. Officials report that many arrested had prior convictions for serious crimes. The operation involved multiple agencies, including local law enforcement and federal task forces. What's next for those arrested? Many face deportation proceedings. This operation highlights the ongoing debate over immigration enforcement in the U.S. Stay tuned for updates as this story develops. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more news coverage. Mount Etna erupts. Spectacular ash plumes over Europe's largest volcano. Mount Etna, Europe's largest active volcano, has erupted again, sending massive ash plumes into the sky. The eruption was captured by locals and scientists, showcasing nature's raw power. Authorities have issued warnings due to potential hazards like falling ash and lava flows. This eruption follows increased seismic activity in the region. Over the past weeks, ash clouds have disrupted air travel, with flights being rerouted to avoid the plume. Despite the dangers, tourists and photographers are drawn to the spectacle. Mount Etna's eruptions are frequent, but this one stands out for its intensity. Scientists are studying the eruption to better predict future volcanic activity. The lava flows have carved new paths, reshaping the mountain's landscape. Locals share stories of past eruptions, emphasizing respect for Etna's power. As the eruption continues, the world watches this breathtaking display of nature. Stay tuned for updates on Mount Etna's activity and safety advisories. Is Kamala Harris the right choice for California governor? Inside the debate. Kamala Harris is considering a run for California governor, but not everyone is on board. Let's dive into why. Party activists in California are divided. Some see her as a strong leader, while others worry about her national baggage. Harris has deep roots in California politics, serving as both Attorney General and Senator. But does that guarantee support? Critics argue her time as Vice President may overshadow her local achievements. Is that fair? Supporters highlight her experience and ability to unite diverse groups. Could this be her strength? But some activists fear her national profile could polarize the race. Are they right? California's political landscape is complex. Harris will need to navigate it carefully to win over skeptics. So, what's next? Will Harris officially announce her candidacy? And can she unify the party? One thing's for sure, this race is heating up, and all eyes are on California. Trump's tax and spending agenda. A Republican strategist's bold predictions. What does the future hold for Trump's tax and spending plans? A Republican strategist breaks it down. The strategist predicts major tax cuts for businesses and individuals if Trump returns to office. Spending priorities could shift dramatically, with a focus on defense and infrastructure. But critics warn these plans could inflate the national deficit even further. The strategist argues that economic growth will offset any short-term deficits. Trade policies may also see a return to Trump's aggressive tariffs on imports. How will these policies impact average Americans? The strategist claims middle-class savings will grow. Opponents counter that wealth inequality could worsen under these plans. The strategist emphasizes that deregulation will be a key driver of economic expansion. Environmental protections may face rollbacks under this agenda. The ultimate question: can this agenda pass Congress, even with Republican control? The strategist believes Trump's leadership can make it happen. Critics remain skeptical. One thing's certain: the debate over taxes and spending will dominate the next administration. Trump's bold move: mass federal layoffs. Head to Supreme Court. Breaking news former. President Trump is taking a controversial labor battle to the Supreme Court. The request could allow mass layoffs of federal employees, impacting thousands nationwide. This legal move stems from a long-standing debate about presidential authority over federal workers. Legal experts are divided on whether the court will take up this explosive case. Supporters argue it's about government efficiency, while critics call it an attack on workers. The potential layoffs could affect multiple agencies, from EPA to education departments. This isn't Trump's first clash with federal unions, but it may be his boldest move yet. The timing is crucial, coming just as the 2026 budget negotiations begin. Democrats are already preparing legal challenges if the court rules in Trump's favor. Federal workers' unions are mobilizing their members for potential protests. The case could set major precedent about the balance of power in government. We'll be tracking this developing story. Make sure to subscribe for updates.